Encouragement from the Prime Minister to the region's children attending Carifesta XV's Student Jamboree. Students among the audience for the much-anticipated Mansa Musa and the Trail of Lost Gold. More back-to-school supplies being distributed as the need continues to grow. And in sports, Barbados closing in on a possible CWI Under-17 double.
The headline news is brought to you by National Transformation Initiative, shaping the Star Bajan.
Broadcasting from our studios in the Pine St. Michael, this is CBC NewsNight, starting now.
Good evening, I'm Pearson Bowen. It was a day of firsts at Carifesta 15. From the Student Jamboree to a much-anticipated African production in Barbados, the Festival of Arts continues to excite and entertain. From the Grand Market, Tisha Hines brings us the very latest.
That's right, Pearson, and welcome to our viewers. Scores of students from across the region participating in the first of its kind Student Jamboree, which is being housed at the Lester Vaughan School, got the opportunity to speak with Prime Minister Mia Amor-Motley today. The Prime Minister visited the students at their base with their chaperones, and she shared words of advice and encouragement. Students participating in the Jamboree were smiling and happy to meet Prime Minister Mia Amor-Motley. Several of them got the opportunity to shake her hand and share what a good time they have been having on the island thus far, as they take in the sights and scenes of the week-long celebration of Caribbean identity, creativity, and connection. Prime Minister Motley says this Carifesta would not have been the same if authorities did not pay forward by making it possible for the students to be a part of it.
But in paying forward, we are making sure that 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 60 years from now, even 70, because some of you are going to live long, that you will be able to talk about these experiences. Because at the end of the day, this is what shapes you. Education is not only about what is in a book. Education is about all of these things. You're coming together, you're mixing from people from other islands, you're making sure that when you mix, you understand a little bit more. Dominic, you know a little more about Bahamas now, no? Yeah. And St. Kitts, you know a little more. Well, you already know a lot about St. Lucia and St. Vincent, but you know a little more about Guyana now. This is what, and all of you know a little more about where? Barbados.
Prime Minister Motley encourages students to reflect on the importance of living in unity, one of the pillars that keeps the region going.
I really want you to make me one promise, that you guys will leave here knowing the importance of working together across boundaries, and that yes, while you will see yourself as a national of your country, that you will always, always see yourself as a Caribbean person. A Caribbean boy, a Caribbean girl, a Caribbean man, a Caribbean woman.
St. Lucian student Cleanus Jules is thanking Prime Minister Motley and all the partners that made the Jamboree possible for their sacrifices and efforts.
And a special thank you to the security team who have kept us secure, even on the road, the police, everybody included. So all the team members, everybody else who's watching, all who contributed, especially you, Honorable Prime Minister, and Dr. Taylor. And all the chaperones, of course, thank you very, very much.
During their stay, the 5th and 6th form students are visiting places of interest around the island, in addition to taking in Carifesta-related events, including the Youth Village. Onesta Henry, CBC News. Thank you, Onesta, and don't go too far, because Onesta was able to head on over to the National Performing Arts Center, where hundreds turned up for the Mansa Musa and the Trail of Lost Gold, the prelude that everyone has been waiting for. The majority of the large crowd assembled at the facility were students. Again, our Onesta Henry was there. School children and adults too were privileged to witness the first showing in Barbados of the Mansa Musa and the Trail of Lost Gold, the Prelude, an African theatrical masterpiece by Chief Momin. They were also among the first to enjoy the facilities of the new National Performing Arts Center.
The captivating melange of music, dance, drama, and poetry is described as a unique African storytelling experience presented by a joint 150 cast and crews from Ghana and Barbados. It's touted as the play to leave you awestruck. Creator Chief Momin says he is pleased to be involved in the first production from Ghana to be shown in Barbados.
We're honored because of the significance of where we are, the site, which is close to an ancestral, graveyard of our ancestors, and so we feel the importance of that moment actually. And so what we are doing today is that we are honoring that memory, but what we are also saying is that our stories are beyond trauma. Our people have come from a long and complex and diverse history, and so what we seek to do with the Mansa world is to bring that history to life in different spheres: the great, the good, the bad, the ugly, the wonderful. And so we're very excited. I'm particularly excited about the partnership that we are delivering today.
Meanwhile, festival and events planner at the National Cultural Foundation, Stacey O'Brien, says that the response to the venue has been overwhelming.
We have had persons here all day just making sure that they want to make sure they have the tickets. The lines were here from early to ensure that they came in to get their seating. And it's just an amazing feeling because Barbadians are coming out, persons from the region are coming out just to see the vastness of this venue. So we know that we are in a process with more activations and more installations for this massive heritage district.
And the Barbadians were happy to be part of the historic occasion.
When it's finished, I think it's going to be absolutely fabulous. And I think really government have done a fantastic job as a whole on Carifesta. The village is exciting. There's something for everybody. I mean, you're just spoilt for choice, but it is really a fantastic effort.
It's nice to see creative architecture. So I am hopeful that it will prove to be a comfortable and a beautiful space to be in.
I'm very excited about the show. Carifesta this week has shown that bringing the world together can make a huge difference, and the show and the structure the show is happening is really monumental for not just Barbados, for the whole region.
Oh, it's gorgeous. It's been coming up for a while, and I'm happy that it's up and that people can come and enjoy it.
The stage lights will be in full effect for tonight's sold-out showing of Mansa Musa, which starts at 8 p.m. Onesta Henry, CBC News.
As you can see from the steady flow of traffic behind me here at the Grand Market, shoppers, visitors and exhibitors continue to pour into the Grand Market. It's more than just a shopping experience for many. It's a celebration of culture and wellness. Deanza Roberts visited today and she shares this story.
At the Grand Market, the excitement is still running high. People are rushing to grab deals, sample food, and taking the vibrant exhibits on display. For Alicia Dorset from the Bahamas in particular, being in the Grand Market is part of her double delight. Her first visit to Barbados and also to Carifesta.
We're really enjoying our time here in Barbados. This is my first time, and this is also my first time at Carifesta. And I think it is a wonderful opportunity, not just for the Bahamas, but for other Caribbean nations, to just showcase our local artisans and vendors, and to see what other countries are like, and experience them, even their food and their culture. So we're looking forward for the rest of the week.
For others like Jessica Bay and Travis Killeen, it's an experience they've been planning for weeks.
We've been hearing about Carifest all week and we finally got here. We're in town for 5 days and yeah, we finally got here and it's awesome. There's really cool music and it's cool to see all the different countries represented and see a little bit of the Caribbean while we're here in one spot, which is great.
Today also marks Wellness Day at the market, and exhibitors like Hyacinth Bascom wants people to take care of their health.
It is very important for persons to take care of their bodies, because if you don't take care of your body, it's the first sign of breaking down, and it can lead to illnesses and make you bedbound. It can make you ill, and not just be bedbound, but depend on others. So you need to take care as much internally as externally. The two go hand in hand. So you want to get your waters and your vitamins up to scratch, and then you put on the things on the outside on your skin, which will be your moisturizers, toners, what have you.
Monel Alexis says Dominica, the nature island of the Caribbean, is promoting everything healthy.
We're happy to be in Barbados for Carifesta, the 15th edition. It's a great experience. It's wonderful to have different Caribbean islands, all of us integrating, sharing what we love, what we do with each other, and of course, all of Barbados. As it's Wellness Day in Barbados today, we do have some products from Dominica that can help you improve your life and your everything.
With tonight being St. Vincent's Country Night, native Maxine Brown wants all to come down and take in the culture and offerings from that island.
And tonight, yes, tonight, August 28th, it is the time to be at our country night. And we have a showdown, the ultimate showdown in store for you. An eclectic type of performance with dance, pan, drum, music of all types, eclectic type. You have to come out and support my blessed homeland, the land of the Garifuna, sweet, sweet St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Tonight, for our country night, you've got to be there.
With the buzz of activity and the steady stream of visitors, the Grand Market is showing no signs of slowing down. Deanza Roberts, CBC News.
Thank you, Deanza. As you can hear, things are heating up here at the country nights. As the lady said, she's urging you to come on down and be a part of it. Well, our people who visited today also walked around and they got some feedback on the activities taking place all across the Grand Market.
Well, I have been enjoying the food for sure. It's been a lot of variety, things I have not experienced before, or I haven't experienced since I visited certain Caribbean islands. I'm getting now, so I really enjoy that. But one of the things I love the most is the craft.
From what I've seen, it's been done really well. The security has been top notch, and the vibe of the people here that are attending is great.
This is the first Carifesta I've ever been to, and it is amazing so far.
I think that we have done quite a good job. This is my first visit to any of the events, and I really like what is happening here in this place. It was, to me, just a place where dog shows, and now it's a lovely venue where everybody can be showcasing their goods and getting some sales.
I think the opening ceremony was fantastic. There was lots of people in the crowd. We have lots of performers, and we were able to see the culture of most of the countries. I think it was good and exciting.
So I think it's a really good initiative. So far it seems like it has been really well received, and it's a good showcase, or a rather good platform for local artists to showcase their work.
So far, I mean, as I said, it's my first time at Carifesta, but it's not my first time at the Grand Market. It's my second time, actually. And everything has been so good so far. Like, the first time I was here, it had action, it had music. And now, like, there's this whole performance for Trinidad. I am liking every moment. We are liking every moment because of young creatives, right? We both are in the show business, right?
Carifesta is really good for the young creators. I like the way how they play out with the arts. It's really cool.
All right, so they enjoyed it. We're enjoying it. Lots of people are here. As you heard, St. Vincent and the Grenadines will be on show tonight. We're told Cuba, they have their country nights as well, but definitely lots of activities. This is most certainly by far the biggest audience I've seen since the start of the Grand Market. That's it from us, Pearson.
As the new school year approaches, well-known charity worker Sharon Bellamy is once again making sure children are ready for the classroom. She says her intention every year is to help as many children as she can head back to school fully equipped with supplies. More now from Deanza Roberts.
Every child needs a chance in life to have a great education, and for Sharon Bellamy, giving them the tools to do so is important. This year, Bellamy's Fishers of Men charity partnered with Woolworth, who offered special prices to stretch donations further.
Going back to school, the kids have to have their stationery and stuff like that. I was also over by a bed again this morning and then had to rush here to make sure that these kids head back to school with the necessary stuff that they need, because every kid, I believe, need a chance in life to have a great education. And I want to say a big thank you again to the Sandy Lane Charitable Trust, the Amaronable Charitable Trust, people in Portman, Mr. Kurt Humphrey. I want to say a big thank you to Kentucky, because after this big long day of shopping, KFC have partnered with me to give the kids lunch today. And I want to say thank you to Woolworth.
She says this year's initiative is valued at nearly $50,000, reflecting both the growing cost of school supplies and the increase in need.
There's so much increase because I was over at Beds last week and then I'm there again this morning. Then I had to come here over to Woolworth and the need is great. So I'm hoping that some more people would come board next year again to help partner again with Fishers of Men Charity. This year, and I'm so great that my sponsor doesn't reject me, the school clothes are, I must say, very expensive this year to me, like they went up. I believe this is close to $50,000.
Managing Director of Woolworth, Martin Bryan, says they are proud to support the effort by Ms. Bellamy and will continue to help in any way they can.
We work every year with Fishers of Friends charity with Miss Bellamy here, where quite a lot of people donate towards her cause. She then in terms helps out those who need it. We in turn partner with her in terms of offering better pricing so that we can make the donation dollars stretch further. And this is an annual basis that we do with Miss Bellamy and her worthy charity. And we're pleased once again to be working with her and the kids so that everybody can get themselves ready for back to school, which starts in about 2 weeks.
Deanza Roberts, CBC News.
The push to transform education has gained support from private and NGO partners. New water stations are being installed in schools across the island thanks to Hydrate Caribbean, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and the Barbados Diabetes Foundation. Once again, here's Deanza Roberts.
13 new water stations are being added to schools across the island. The initiative, launched in 2020, means that will bring to 31 the number of chilled water stations available to students. Each child at the school also receives a reusable water bottle. Education Minister Chad Blackman lauds the contribution, saying it supports the government's commitment to sustainability and reducing plastic waste.
Looking at promoting healthier lifestyles within schools is of major importance to the ministry. Because why? It lends to not just healthier lifestyles, let's face it, we're in the tropics. And I'm not sure if many of you have been outside within the past few days. But certainly, not only from the health point of view, but from the refreshing point of view, people naturally get thirsty. And for children to be able to have facilities within the school system that allows for them to quench their thirst while being healthy at the same time. And also, from what you just indicated, having not to use plastic bottles, which is not good for the environment, but having now proper bottles to be able to do so, to my mind, meets a number of strategic objectives as well.
General Manager of the Maria Holder Diabetes Center for the Caribbean, Marsha White-Hughes, says they are happy to be associated with any project that promotes healthy choices.
When children are regularly consuming sodas, juices, and other sweetened drinks, we are effectively training their palates to crave sugar. This normalizes habits that follow them into adulthood, habits that drive obesity, insulin resistance, and chronic disease. But here's the good news. We can intervene. We can teach new habits. We can provide healthy alternatives. And we can make water, not sugary drinks, the default choice.
Sheridan Graves is Hydrate Caribbean project leader for Newport Water.
We are pleased to announce the launch of 13 new, fully maintained hydrate stations. Rollout of these stations will commence next month in line with the start of the new school term and end in November. After completion of this expansion, every single secondary school in Barbados will have been positively impacted by the Hydrate Caribbean program. Phase 1 of this project will include installations at the Alene School, Darrell Jordan Secondary School, the Ellerslie School, and the Frederick Smith Secondary School.
With the new school term just weeks away, this partnership is intended to keep students healthy, one sip at a time. Deanza Roberts, CBC News.
Sports Night, brought to you with the compliments of Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL.
Indeed, time for Sports Night as we're joined by the only Anne-Marie Burke. Anne-Marie, good evening.
Good evening to you, Pearson. And cricket is where we will start as Jahidi Hines snapped up 4 wickets as Barbados racked up a comfortable 107-run win over the Windward Islands today in the West Indies Rising Stars men's under-17 50-over championship in Trinidad. Sent into bat at the Ishan Ali Park, Barbados under-17s were dismissed for 220 from their 50 overs. Raphael Lovell led with 47, while Jordan Graham scored 45 and Justin Paris 33. Elran Glasgow picked up 3 for 29. In reply, the Windward Island under-17s were bowled up for 113 in 30.1 overs, with Hines taking 4 for 8 and Paris 2 for 9. Here are the highlights.
Wiggins going huge. That's over the pavilion. Oh, going big. There is that fielder there in long off. He comes in. Should be able to complete the catch. Does in the end. Flighted and going to that fielder there at long off. Just square of him. And an excellent shot. There's an appeal. Maybe off of the glove in the end. Going big and what a... Oh, did he take that? Driving aerial and straight to the man at mid-off. Full and pulled away. That's going to go over the boundary ropes eventually. And he's given him Lovell trying to go big. Any DLS calculations necessary as this one is aerial. May drop safely. A bit of running needed by that long off fielder, and has he completed a rather bizarre catch in the end? Yes, he does. Oh, and bowled him. That's a beautiful delivery. Oh, up in the air. Mid on is under it and completes a very, very simple catch in the end. Oh, hit the pad. Is that good? Yes, it is. Looked very, very good. Strided forward. Off the outside edge and Higgins. What a beautiful catch. Looking to go big off the outside edge. And that man, Wiggins. Oh my days. I don't think. On ball him straight through. He gets the wicket now. So on full aerial, and that'll be the end of Bishop. Of course, the googly, which he managed to pick up a wicket with. As this should be out. In the end, a direct hit finally. Aerial diving catch on Paris. Oh my word, what a beautiful catch. Diving away to his left-hand side. Picking it up one-handed. And what a way to finish off the game.
St. Lucie claimed 3rd place in the Barbados Community Cricket Program's Block T20 League by defeating St. Thomas last night at Greens. Deciding to take first knock, they only lost 2 wickets in posting a competitive total. Let's have a look at that innings. St. Lucie and St. Thomas playing for 3rd place, and they got off to a rocky start for St. Thomas as this mix-up in the field caused them an early breakthrough, and you could say for St. Lucie a lucky break. But Javonte Payne-Clark decided to get things together, and this shot produced the first boundary as the ball nestled into the ropes. The other batter was skipper Shamario De Pisa, and he too got in on the act, lifting this one over the fielder for it to bounce right in. Things were now heating up. Payne-Clark again gets good back to ball, and that's 4 more. De Pisa too was there adding to the cause as these two are building a strong opening partnership. One that produced 87 runs before Payne-Clark lost his wicket. A nice catch taken by Alessandro Davis in the 14th over. St. Lucie's now 87 for 1. That left De Pisa to continue the charge, and that he did. Another boundary recorded. And if that wasn't enough, timing this one perfectly meant a maximum 6 to the score. So nice, he did it twice. Clear out the ground. But 4 balls before the innings was out, De Pisa lost his wicket. Taking the catch was Davis again, as St. Lucie would go on to make 143 for 2 in their 20 overs. St. Thomas would need 144 to win. St. Lucie then came good with the ball to defend that total as they skittled St. Thomas out for just 62. Skipper De Pisa was the main destroyer with 6 for 11, while Kareem Cozier took 3 for 20 as St. Lucie were winners by 81 runs. Now the final between St. Michael and St. Philip is set for tomorrow at Gall Hill St. John from 6:30 p.m.
The Business Report, brought to you with the compliments of Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
In business tonight, Afrexim Bank, as a strategic sponsor of Carifesta 15, is championing the connection between the Caribbean talent and Africa. According to Temwa Gondwe, Director of Creatives and Diaspora at the Afrexim Bank, the use of technology could help overcome logistical barriers and facilitate greater collaboration between the two regions. Crystal Hoyt has more.
Temwe Gwandwe, Director of Creatives and Diaspora at Afrexim Bank, believes that there is no excuse for the Caribbean and Africa to be disconnected, especially considering that the transatlantic slave trade was facilitated across vast distances.
Look, centuries ago, we had the slave trade. They crossed the seas, and it was a painful episode in our lives. You fast forward today, we have technology. At the click of a button, you can be in a meeting, in a conference, in a conversation with Africans. There's nothing that is really stopping. It's not really a question of logistics. Yes, air links are important, the sea link is important, and that is coming.
He says both the airline and maritime industry are working to actualize these links. But even without them, collaboration can begin.
Through platforms like Carifesta, through platforms like Africa Caribbean Trade and Investment Forum, through the Inter-African Trade Fair, is to address the issue of knowledge gap. The private sector here, the creatives here, the creators, may not know who their counterparts in Africa are. Similarly, the creatives on the continent might not know who their counterparts in CARICOM are. So to address this knowledge gap, we have platforms like the Inter-African Trade Fair, which brings together buyers and sellers from all over the world in all sectors so that they can connect, they can network and establish business. So ITF deals with that by providing a market. So if you are in the Caribbean and you want to meet Africa at one go and explore all the markets that constitute Africa, the ITF is the place to be.
Gwandwe says Africa offers a new and substantial market for Caribbean creatives. Crystal Hoyt, CBC News.
Opportunities for young people involved in agriculture will be available through a new renewable energy project focusing on green hydrogen technology. The project is being developed by HDF Energy through its subsidiary New Stable Barbados Incorporated. Groundbreaking work is scheduled to begin towards the end of the first quarter of next year, and strategic advisor to that project, Aidan Rogers, has been speaking about some of its benefits.
In addition to the opportunities for local investment that the project sponsors are currently pursuing, there will be opportunities for young persons to benefit from internship programs in green hydrogen technology as the project is in the operational phase. And also we're looking at exploring opportunities for vocational involvement, because one of the things I didn't discuss is the fact that the project will be utilizing in excess of 150 acres.
Sports Night, brought to you with the compliments of Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL.
That's right, time to get in some more sports. Once again, here's Anne-Marie Burke.
Some good news this time around again, as coming off a 10-goal loss, 63-53 to St. Vincent and the Grenadines last night, the Bajan Gems national netball team were able to bounce back with a commanding win over Guyana early this evening. Playing in the 5th ECCB International Netball Tournament in Grenada, the Bajan Gems dominated their opponents from beginning to end to record the highest score of the tournament so far, winning at 94-16. They led the quarters at 21-6,
48-11, 72-12 before closing out the victory. Goal attack Demir Waldron led the charge with 59 from 68 attempts and was supported by goal attack Charlene Jordan, 19 from 29, Jada Smith, 13 from 19, and Brianna Holder, 3 from 4. The Gems will be back on court tomorrow in the day's first game against St. Lucia, and then later again in the evening against Dominica. Well, the curtain came down on the Barbados Hockey Festival recently, but not before Big Apple FHC claimed the women's title with a 1-0 win over ABC. However, ABC were able to get over the THC 2-1 to win the men's title. The mixed final saw Century Insurance Brokers Rockets getting past Dubad. Let's take a look at that game.
This is the mixed final. Rockets in green trying to conquer Dubad, and in the 15th minute of play, things took shape. The dribble through the back door, and Shea Warner gets the pass right in front of goal and finds the left pocket. Rockets have launched to make it 1-0. They kept ahead all first half, and then into the second they doubled it. We are now heading upfield, and where there was hesitation by Dubad in dangerous territory, in came Warner again to capitalize. He eases through to slam again into that left pocket. Rockets now up 2-0. And the deal was sealed in the 38th minute. Rockets on the move. 2 defenders shaken off, and then Amelia St. Hill gets the final save. The pass and ultimately swings into the goal bars. Rockets are your Hockey Festival mixed team champions, winning over Dubad 3-0.
And that's our time tonight. Thank you for spending it with us. I'm Pearson Bowen for the crew. To all of you, good night. By God's will, we'll see you tomorrow.